Okay, so we're here. My husband is putting some new, what is this? I don't know. We're not going to interrupt him because we don't need him getting electrocuted. Oh my gosh, I was about to turn on the light and that's exactly what he's doing. Dropping off these kiddos. I wish I could slow down and just capture this. The beauty of the sunrise is so nice. Just want to get a blanket and just sit in the middle of right there. And just enjoy it and read God's word. And oh my gosh. Just a little more down I am. Look, it meets us right here. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, this is the view. I know my windows are a little dirty. I gotta go through the car wash, but even when, I still get like watermarks on there, so I'm not even gonna lie. I can roll the windows down. Ooh, beautiful. The beautiful sun, that's what it is. Okay, so we're here at Walmart. So come with us while we get So my husband bought this meat slicer and this is my first time using it, so I'm excited. Let's try it. Wow. I can't wait to show you this, Carlos. You see this? This is so And I think that's it. But look at how cool. We literally sliced meat at home. Okay, so I gotta season this now for dinner. The girl just learned today, so I believe my husband's gonna be very proud of me. Like, and even if he's not, I am. Girl, you did that. You should go work at a deli meat. I'm just kidding. I'm extra. But I am excited about that. So let me go get some seasoning stuff. And I use my hand. My husband is very weird. He uses gloves. I personally don't care. So that's just me. Hold on. Let me go get all the seasonings. Okay, my lighting sucks, but I got this one, carne asada seasoning, from Lori's Casero. So that's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to use a little bit of the... Ay, Dios mío, ¿qué estoy haciendo? Okay, so we just got these at Costco and I thought they're real cool, so. Okay. And then just let it marinate. Okay, ladies, so I need to go to Costco, and I know I actually have been not, what's the word? I haven't been trying to wear makeup because I'm just letting my skin breathe, and I'm actually really liking it. But yesterday I wanted to try this new foundation that I got that I haven't worn in a minute either, and I was like, you know what, today's the day. So I was gonna return it, and then this is my everyday matteless and poreless foundation. This is my originally everyday. I already moisturized and put sunscreen and some moisture, so yeah. My dad is gonna come in here, so yeah. But anyways, I'm actually having you guys on my brush set right now, so my stomach is growling. She's hungry. But anyways, okay, so I wanted to come on here real quick while I'm getting ready and talk about last night we had Bible study, and I love the fact that our pastor said something that really stuck out to me regarding our past and what we have been through, and it's our testimony. And I know a lot of times, like, we, in a way, like, the enemy shuts us up because we don't talk about it, because either we're embarrassed, we still carry shame, and so far so on, so on. So far, so far. If I make my own language up, never mind me. That's just the way I do it. I was actually going back and seeing some of my my YouTube videos, and I am just very aggressive. I feel like the Lord has really softened me up, but it took a lot. Thank you, baby. It has really like taken a lot, and he still is, because I was rough around the edges, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, if I can go back and like, you know, if I can go back and just like, how do I say it, and just look at myself, oh my gosh, I was just probably a big hot mess. And I'm saying that in just like the way I'm so like different when it comes to the little ones, because I've learned so much, right? And yeah, it's just error and trial. And so, you know, we just, how do I say it? I need a layer. You know, I think I'm going to do a deep foundation. Oh, this one's already running out too. How do I say it? Just, oh my gosh, this got all over my makeup table. I'm gonna have to cut half this off. Okay. So, yeah, I just was so young when I had my first daughter, my two first kids. Like, I was just very young, and I think about it now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I had two kids at the age of 19. Like, that's insane. Like, I think that's just very crazy. I got married at the age of 21, going on 22. But that was still very young. And then I came to know the Lord 2010. So that was like when I was turning 21. And I got married the next year. So it was very young. And although I wouldn't change anything, because everything that I know now, like, has grown me into the person that I'm just running out of everything, into the person that I am now. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, if I can just go back, and wow, I would change so many things, you know, just maturity. I was so immature, and yeah, that breaks my heart, because unfortunately, you know, I had my kids that I was you know, that had to see me grow up. They had to grow up with me, unfortunately. And I was just thinking about that last night, and I was like, oh my gosh, my daughter's gonna be 19 at the end of this month. And I was just like, I don't know, it just kind of hit me. I just started thinking like, oh my gosh, like, if I can redo, like I said, I wouldn't, but I wish that I could, just to give her a better experience as a mother. And then I just started going the rabbit hole. Like, I know I look crazy, but I just started going down the rabbit hole, you know? Like, I never really talk about this, so this is exclusive content right here. But yeah, like, the relationship that I was in was very, we were both toxic. I can't say it was him, like, you know, it was just very mutual. And so I never gave myself that title, like, oh, I'm a domestic violence survivor, or I even went through domestic violence. And although I had to take classes, not once but twice, I just never wanted to take away from the people that would, like, the women, the stories that we would hear in those classes, like, that they would get burned, and they would get beat, and they would get strangled, and really horrible stories. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even put myself on this spectrum of, like, did it take away that I was still in there? Like, I was still, you know, in a domestic violence relationship, because I knew that, right? I knew it wasn't healthy or anything, but I just never wanted to be like, I survived that because I was as toxic too. So I was creating a lot. So it was just like very mutual. And I'm not saying that's okay, but I'm just saying, like, I never wanted to be like, I could have got out, but I chose to stay in, right? Like, I chose that. And I don't know, it's just a very touchy subject, because it is like the father of my kids, and I put up with a lot, but it was just like that I was over it, you know, like, I moved on. I didn't want to be in a relationship, and I was being promiscuous. I was not wanting to be in that relationship anymore, because I knew it was just sick. And One night I was just over it. I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna fight with you anymore. Like, go ahead, beat me down. And I just curled up in a ball and just allowed it. I had school the next day, and I was on a program that if I would get A's, I had a social worker that would come and give us like, you know, check our grades and then reward us with like $100. And so that morning they called me up, and I went into the office and I was talking to somebody, and without my knowledge of her being outside, and she was overhearing. And sometimes these people that work in school are mandated reporters, so you know, I did have something in my eye or something, so unfortunately that had to get, and I say unfortunately because it had to get reported. And so it was just very sad because I went down to the court, I got a restraining order, I did everything on my behalf that I can do. And I had a worker show up, and I was doing everything the way they asked me to. And around Christmas, I believe she was like, I want to say 6-7 months when they came, and they just took her away because I failed to protect her, because he came around me and I told the worker that he had come around, and that I pretty much told him like he wasn't allowed to be there, and then I was going to call the cops. So the system did fail, unfortunately. So they did take her away. And I just remember throwing a fit because I'm like, why are you coming over here to my house trying to act like you're going to help me? You just got me all these diapers and wipies, and I have this restraining order. And this is why I love that movie, like, enough, because it's like, what is a restraining order? Is it a paper that you throw in their face? Like, here, you know, like, I don't know. I have my opinions with that. But, yes, baby. Oh, it's so pretty. So, I have my opinions with that. But anyway, so she ended up getting taken away. And I pretty much just lost it after that. I really legit started that's when I started really messing with methamphetamine. And I'm just not trying to say this loud because my kids are next door. And they know the story, but the younger ones are probably going to see this here because they do watch my TikToks. But yeah, I started being a hot mess, and that's when the social worker got involved, and she's like, okay, if you want to fight for your kid, like, this is exactly what, and I wanted her, like, dude, this is my first kid, and you guys literally came in here and took the only thing that belonged to me. I was trying to protect us. Like, it's not my fault that he came around. Like, ugh, I was so angry, and I was so bitter towards the system, because it was just so unfair. We would go, and then, like, there was one loophole that I had to jump through, and then there was another one, and then I had to get a job. I had to go through domestic violence, and then that was enough. I had to do parenting class, and then I don't know what happened, but the judge was even like, why are you here? Like, why did they take her away? Like, do you have an active restraining order? And I said, yes, I do. I heard down the grapevine after this situation happened, like, how the social worker ended up getting, I think, suspended because she handled my case very wrong. But I honestly thank God that it went down like that, because, no, I don't, how do I say it? I don't want to say, how do I say it? You know, everything happens for a reason. And although that was something that really, really, I don't think I've ever talked about it. Like, the people that know me know that I've talked about it on my social media or anything like that. I really haven't. And it's just very sad because, you know, there was just an unfortunate thing that I had to go through. And I remember, like, just losing hope. Like, I did not care. I was just going down. Like, the doctor took it away. Like, I started using just to numb myself. Like, it was just, I don't want to feel this pain. I don't want to think about it. Like, I can't believe this is going on. Like, I love my kid. Like, I'm a good mother. Like, but they're telling me that I'm not. And so then I started believing the lies, and I just stayed numb, you know. So then I got a little sober because they do drug test you and stuff. And yeah, I just feel like I started doing good. But then afterwards, it was just, now I was, you know, I got her back, thank God. And I honestly felt like I came to a point where I was drinking, and I had so much hurt still, and so much like, this is not fair. You know, they did me dirty. It was around the holidays, so I couldn't contact them. It was my first Christmas without her. It was living hell. I remember just hating life, pretty much. Just hated it. And I started thinking, like, dude, it's always around Christmas when, like, really crazy things happen. But yeah, like, I ended up actually just getting addicted. I kind of just started, like, I liked the feeling at this point. So yeah, I was going down, like, the rabbit hole last night, and I was just thinking, like, oh my gosh, like, everybody that I know, I burned my bridges. You know, I was just very angry. I hated everybody. I wanted to just, yeah. I was very violent. My thoughts were just dark. I just went into a really, really bad place. I started kicking it with people that really didn't even, like, you know, people, they're just there just because. And then you're just one more person to just throw under the bus, and they don't care. So yeah, I ended up literally, like, being a homeless for, like, I want to say a month. I want to say I was just, like, place to place, just pretty much just burning out my spots, because people, come on, like, after 3 they want their space. It's not, I understand that. And yeah, I ended up just, like, I remember it was like 2 crossroads, and I remember crying out. I was just sitting outside, and I remembered the place. I was, like, around the corner from my friend's house, and I was sitting at the sidewalk smoking a cigarette, and I was like, you know what, God, if you're real, like, please, like, show yourself real. And I already had plans to go to LA, and I was gonna go stay out there randomly, and supposedly I had a place to stay out there. And then so then my brother called, and I guess there was room at the women's home, so I was like, okay, I just need a place to stay while I get my next paycheck plus welfare check, right, to go and just rent a little studio. And it was very crazy. So I was texting somebody, and, you know, talking about that, and it just opened a can of worms. Like, man, I have been through so much and stuff that I've just kept in. And it's not that, like, you know, you get embarrassed or anything, because I truly don't care, you know, the stuff that I had to go through. It's like I had to roll with the punches. 17-year-old, not knowing anything. You know, I remember I used to go to every court, I used to go to every class. I was just, and I was just kind of like, why do I have to go through this? Because he just doesn't know how to get over me. You know, it was a very toxic relationship, and I just, you know, I felt like I was being punished for even being with him. I was like, it was just hell. But I thank God that, you know, sometimes, I don't want to say we're embarrassed, but sometimes we just don't say these things because, you know, they hurt. And then just reopening that, sometimes it's good, but at the same time you have to be careful, because you don't want to go down, like, a rabbit hole where you know, end up sad again, or just reevaluate and just your whole life and the mistakes that you've made by staying with people or by not leaving people. It's hard. But I thank God that he allows us to go through this, because at the end of everything, like, he still shows us, like, he's still good. Like, I got favor. Even after I got her, like, I still wasn't, you know, settling down. I literally felt like I was losing control even more after I got her back, and then I had my son with him. It was the most toxic. Like, I have so many stories that I'm just kind of, like, very careful, because I don't want to, you know, say certain things, and it's just like, I don't know, it's my story, right? But at the same time, like, yeah, there's just some things you can keep to yourself, and I think I have a lot of those moments. But that one right there was just, I was just thinking about that last night, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, if I can redo I can just redo that. Life is not easy, but, you know, it's part of it. And I don't know why I came on here to cry while I'm trying to get ready. Oh my gosh. I think sometimes it's good to talk about it because it allows you to feel it, you go through it, and then you move past it, and you're just like, and this is like, I try to always avoid this conversation. It is what it is, and there's so many other women going through the same thing, you know, that it's hard, you know. You're in this relationship because you believe that you can't, you know, this is all you deserve, and then you bring a kid into it, and it's just like, my daughter does not deserve this. Like, it's not going, like, it's not gonna go down like this, right? And so you really, like, that movie, It Ends With Us, like, I was kind of like a little disappointed at the end of the movie because I'm just like, they should have made, like, they should have put a little bit of reality in there, because abusive person, when you say it's over and you try to move on, they become stalkerish. They want to like control everything. They can't accept the fact that it's over, so they continue to like just, you know, give you hell pretty much. And so, and this, I'm not innocent. Okay, I want to make that very clear. I'm not innocent, you know, but I also have come to a point where it's like I didn't deserve that. You know, none of us deserved it. It's just we're kids trying to have kids and be parents. We're trying to rush to grow up, and then this is what happens, you know. I believe this is why, I know that this is why God wants us to wait for marriage, to have kids, to be in a union. Yes, baby. You know, and now the things that I know with her, because even like before her with Lily, there's so many things. You grow so much as a parent knowing things, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I wish my kids would have all got this version of me. But the reality of it is that God knows what my kids unfortunately had to go through, and the things that I had to put them through, that I asked God for forgiveness, because, you know, it's just, it's hard. And then being emotional and showing this vulnerability, like, that's harder. So you always just want the best for your kids, and you don't want them to walk in the steps that you walked, you went through. And I'm more like a helicopter mom, so I'm just like, no, you know. But instead of just being open and vulnerable and telling them, listen, like, I'm trying to help you out, don't do it. Do it God's way, because God's way is always better than our way. And I'm glad that I got that off my, you know, I was just thinking, like, I went down a rabbit hole last night, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got my mascara all over my eyes. Oh my goodness. I just wanted to look alive, and look at me putting on makeup to take it off. Yeah. It's so crazy. And I don't deserve anything. My low self-esteem was very low, and I struggled with that, and sometimes I still struggle with that to this day, to understand that I'm a daughter of the Most High King, and that I am a princess, that I am, you know, what he says, not what people say, because there's a lot of people that will sit there and paint you as a bad guy, but God sees you, and he watches everything, and he knows. And I felt like even in that hot mess that I was in, God still like gave me favor. It was just in his time, you know, like God always took care of me, always. I never went without. Even when I was in the streets, you know, I still had people praying for me, that cared for me, and so he interrupted me in my steps, and I had my plans that I was gonna head out to LA, and God had his plans that I was gonna go to the women's home. And even there, I was very stubborn. I was trying to smoke cigarettes. I was trying to keep my cheek pierced in. I was just very, very, you know, it was hard to change my ways. And I'm still learning to this day, girl. Yes, I am. So, I don't know. I just wanted to come on here and just, there's so many women going through this that we don't talk about it when it comes to CPS, when it comes to abusive relationships. Like I said, I never wanted to consider myself like a domestic violence survivor or anything like that, because I was very in it, and I don't know. See, I get very like, because me and my counselor, we would like have this, and she's like, no, you need to learn how to accept that you went through this and it's not okay. But I said, but I hit him too, you know, like I'm not just, when he hits me, it's not like I'm just letting myself, like I'm coming at him, I'm being abusive right back to him. So I thought that was okay. Yeah. Ooh, beautiful. And she was like, no, no. And the sad thing is I never really truly healed. God took a lot of my pain away at the altar when I first gave my life to him. But healing is a process. I'm still healing. And the sad thing is that it's a cycle. And if you don't stop it and it doesn't like stop with you, you become the aggressor. So I became very protective of myself. Very like, ooh, I wish somebody would. Like, because I was just so... I was trying to make sure that it never happened again. Like, a man never put hands on me, never disrespected me, never called me out of my name. And I was always like, almost like have anxiety attacks, because I would just be like, I don't know. It was bad. So one day I wish that I could speak right and be able to put this into words where I could get more detailed. But right now I just felt like, yeah, everybody has a story to tell, you know, and I think this is why it's so important for us to be so kind. And I know sometimes people get on our last nerves, but I was just thinking last night, like with the Bible study, when Pastor said, like, what we've been through is a testimony for somebody else. And, you know, like, I remember just starting to use because I wanted to numb myself. And then it became, like, something that I liked. And I wanted to feel until I completely lost myself. I mean, I was doing things that I would have never imagined that I would be doing, and just, you know, your self-esteem is just like down to the ground. And so, but yeah, if you're watching this and you are in a relationship like that and you just don't know how to leave, I just pray that God gives you the strength, and that you be able to see yourself in the mirror and see that you're worth it, that you're beautiful, and you deserve so much better. You deserve God's love, not any other man. Like, I don't say like you deserve better, like another man treating you like that, but God's type of love, that's like the best type of love that nobody can top. Like, there's just nothing can compare to the type of love that God gives you. So, and we are worthy of that. We are worthy. We can come into God's presence and get a relationship with Christ, and he can restore us. Use our testimony to impact our kids, right? Or the stuff that we have gone through, to speak life to our kids and for other women. Hey. Here, let me move this down so they can see your beautiful face. Wow. Thank you, Mama. You're welcome, my peaches. Yeah, so she's so... Mom. Yes. Okay, guys, so we've been talking for more than 27 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and call it a day here. I was going to take you guys with me, but we'll see here. No. It's later on in the day. I collected myself, and I made this salad that's going to go with the carne asada. I actually had to start doing my rice, but look at how yummy that looks already. Wow. Okay, I think that's cool. I came back home from Costco because I had to go to Costco. As much as I didn't want to go to Costco, I ended up going to Costco because my husband wanted me to make some extra keys, so for the car, because it was kind of going out. So in Costco, with your membership, you get the car key express, which is pretty cool. This, they want to charge me like almost $300 at other locations, and with them it was only $99. So you get a really great deal if you need your keys. We got this one done, which was I think it depends on your model, but this key, which is so like convenient because you open and lock it with that one, and then you can also start the car with that one. So yeah, so I knocked out after I came back. I ate some pizza because the line was not crazy. I actually like Costco like on the weekday in the morning. I don't feel like it's too crazy. It's still crazy, but not as crazy. And I came back from Bible study, and we came home and we just kicked it here. We kind of were just talking about what we learned and stuff. catching up my man with some details and just talking about what happened at Bible study. And there was a mess. I have this basket here. Let me see if I can show you. For 2 days. At least it's folded. I just gotta find the time to put it away. And I got some packages that I opened. And I love the trash. Yes, I have been a little cochina, I ain't gonna lie. So I do need to clean up. So I'm like, shit. Okay, so I'm gonna get to cooking the rice just because I'll clean after. So I'm gonna get this one from the Ninja. Where is the... Where? Okay. So I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna grab 2 tomatoes. Okay, I got one up here. And I see one right here. Okay, I got my 2 tomatoes. I'm gonna wash these. Ay, it's hot. Okay, I'm gonna bring my cutting board over here. I need to hurry up and let. Actually, should be already. Oh my gosh! You know what I didn't cut? Oh my gosh! You can add an onion and like the chicken bouillon in the tomato. I don't. I do that afterwards. I don't like onions out of nowhere. I always sneak it in the food, so this is news to me.
Mom, I already know you're putting onions in.
Yeah, I mean, I tell my kids I don't hide it, but they're just like, if it was up to them and they're going to someone, they'll just add onions. Okay, so now I'm gonna get my favorite rice cup or my cup. Yes, baby.
You know why I don't like onions?
Why,
because
baby?
they burn my eyes.
Yeah, they can be spicy, but it's the taste that we need in our rice. I'm gonna saute my onion. Okay, so then I got my arrocito.
I think.
Oh my gosh, it's not just happening. Okay, so I just got done mixing my salad. Mira que chulada. Okay, let me just show you. It's so pretty. Are you catching that vibe? So good. And then put it in the refrigerator and let it chill. And then el arrocito ya acabó. So for the girls, that they can play soccer back here. Okay, go kick the ball.
Okay.
I'll like fix this up for you. It's a little windy out here today. No, kick it, kick it, kick it. Kick it with your feet. Kick it with your feet. Yeah. Good job. Now kick it. Yeah. Good job. Wow. Okay, now put it in the goal. Yay. Wow. Okay, look it. Whoosh. I didn't mean to do that, but. Okay, so I got these multi LEDs for my little workout area that needs a lot of improvement. I know within the time, but I really do like the way that, so this is how much it comes with. I really do like the way that it is. I think these are extensions. I don't know. I have to read the directions. And so, show you guys how it went. I just got back from Walmart. So today's what? Friday. I woke up early because I was like, you know what? I have not done, it's crazy, but I have not done my makeup in a minute. I always come on here like with no makeup. So I was like, today is the day. But I really want to start setting up. We are planning to get more equipment, especially now that we have canceled our gym membership. we're planning to somewhat do like just like a mini, very mini, like we'll add 2 more of like the equipment that we used when we were at the gym. But right now, because we moved, it's a little bit too much, so we gotta wait. But meanwhile, that don't mean that, ooh, this is a real thick control. That don't mean that, you know, I can't try to hook it up because I was working out the other day and I was like, ooh, some LED lights, dark, just with that on here with some music. Yes, honey. And then we also have to get the mats. The mats we usually get in my Costco. I was there yesterday and I did not get them, so yeah. And then I went to other stores and I was just like, oh my gosh, these are pretty pricey, so I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna turn this off and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how it looks when it's done. Okay, so here is the final result. It was pretty long enough. I had to run it this way. You can see kind of where it ran out, where it ran off, I mean, or ended. I don't know how to speak, sorry. Okay, so I'm trying to lower this because I'm like, oh my gosh, there you go. Okay, so and then right there it kind of looks a little like off just because I did have to cross over it, but yeah, that is so cool, dude. I'm sorry, but then you put a mirror in here. Okay, so I just got this so pretty. You can't tell in the camera, but it's how do I say it, it's like this type of green right here. So it's so pretty because I just organized my living room. I just rearranged it because I was not feeling the other way. I gotta put this up. So I organized that. It's feeling really fresh right now. It's a Friday and yeah, I gotta go. So I hope you guys have a very good weekend. And I'm gonna start definitely being more on here because TikTok is going away. So yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye.